and welcome back to my channel. As you can see from the title today, I am back with a career advice video on how to increase your chances of securing your first role after university. I mean, let's face it, our expectations and reality do not match up at all when it comes to finishing uni. A lot of people come out with the idea that they're going and walking into this £50,000 a year job, if not more, and they're going straight to the top, or you know, it's just going to be smooth sailing. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that for most. If you're lucky, you know people in the industry, you've done your research, you know what's going on, then it could work for you. But for most of us, you're gonna have to graft a little bit, work a little bit harder, put some skills and techniques in place for you to actually secure that role. And I thought, you know, for somebody who, I didn't have to wait too long, thank God, to get my first role about 3 years ago. But I know of people who've had to stay at home for a year, if not more, before they secure that first role. There are a few things that I put in place right after university that helped me secure my first role. It helped a couple of friends, a few friends of mine as well, and I thought it would be a great idea to share that with you. The one way that I think will be great for you to implement to increase your chances of securing your first role, which I've mentioned and I do have a video on, is building your commercial awareness. It's extremely important. Once you finish university, I mean, when you're at university, you have to do it. But once you finish university, this is the time. You need to network, speak to people who are already in the industry, ask them what their day-to-day is like, ask them for opportunities to come in and shadow, speak, you know, read up about the industry, know what's going on, changes that might affect you. Your commercial awareness does not stop even when you're in industry. You have to make sure that it's constantly at the back of your mind, that anything you do or anything you're sort of out to yourself would help you build into getting to that next step or that securing that role. Your commercial awareness is extremely important. I mean, with YouTube even, I had to build my commercial awareness. I had to look around to see other people, other YouTubers like me that I would like to emulate or work with, because not everybody, I'm not into makeup clearly, as you can see from my videos, but I need to sort of align myself with people who are coaches, who are mentors and things like that. I had to do a bit of commercial awareness research, see how best I can build myself. I'm not the best on social media, again, due to other commitments that I have on outside of YouTube, because it's not my job basically. But I just do this as a hobby to help people, because I do get lots of questions, and I have gotten lots of questions in the past, hence why I started doing YouTube videos, and I enjoy doing it as well. But yeah, as I was saying, yeah, you have to build your commercial awareness, network, speak to people. Once you've just left university, I think most universities, the university that I attended, you have access to your career advice people at university, so you can always utilize that to the best of your advantage. I think for about 3 or 4 years after you finish university, you can still use them. Some universities, my university had that, they had a distribution list that you could put your name on, and then they would reach out to you when roles come in around the area or in London, or you know, our lecturers do have these connections, so do affiliate yourself with them, speak to them, network with them, build your commercial awareness through them, because again, they have these links to, you know, put you into the right places that you need to be. I have said it a million times on my channel actually, but you don't know how speaking to somebody could open that one door that you need. It happened for me, and it can happen for you too. The second point that I think would be a great way to increase your chance of securing your first role is to make sure that you tailor your application specifically to that role. This might sound like a difficult thing to do, because with every application you have to go into your CV or your cover letter and rephrase it and do it. But unfortunately, that's how it has to work. As I said in the beginning, I've been a part of recruitment and interview process, and sometimes you look at a CV or a cover letter and you think, that was not tailored to us. That is something that they've just picked up. It's really important. And it's really important for you to have these things in place, because again, it makes you stand out and see how unique you are. It makes the recruiter on the other side think they have done their research, they know what they're getting into, they know how to go about, you know, making sure attention to detail is also important. In any role that you get into in my industry, attention to detail is key. So having your attention to detail on your CV alone could show that, okay, you know what, they pay attention to these little details that could actually help them secure that role. So if you're applying for a position as a trader, and then your next role, it says financial broker, make sure you you tailor that cover letter to being a trader. Then you tailor that cover letter to be a financial broker. Because if you accidentally send a recruiter a cover letter that is meant to be a financial broker when the role is actually trading, I'm sorry, like that's just not, it's not great. It's not a good look for you. It's not a good look for what you want to stand for. You might be a great person. Most of us actually do have the skills, the techniques to actually start out in a role. Most of us, we know what to do. If we're thought a little bit, we'll be able to know, you know, how to get on in the workplace and things like that. I mean, for most of the people in the industry, comment below where you sort of, you know, taken on the role and think, oh my God, can I even do this? You get into the role and then it becomes second nature to you, and you're like, and I was actually stressing. That I've been there before. When I go to interviews, I sell myself like I can do anything in the world, but half the time my heart's beating, like I'm like, can I even do this? I walk away thinking it, but I know deep down that I can. All we need is that opportunity, that drive, that one yes, and that's it. We're striving to the top. That's all you need. And I can guarantee you that. Ask anybody who is in industry. After you've got your first role, the next job, I wouldn't say you walk into it just like that, but it wouldn't be as hard as your first job. So make sure that you tailor that application to put your best foot forward and reflection of who you are and what you can bring to the organization. And I'm pretty sure it would help you in securing that first role that you're going for. And finally, one thing that I would say could increase your chances of securing your first role is once you've done your commercial awareness, once you've done all your research, you know what industry you want to get into, make sure you're headstrong, you know this is what you want to do. Even if you're not sure about it, just make sure that you read up about it, research, again, speak to people. Your commercial awareness would actually make you realize that this is something I want to do or this is something that I don't want to do. I know you get down the line where you'd have career changes where you start out in finance and end up in beauty, but at the end of the day, whatever you picked in finance could help you in your beauty, because you're bringing in those transferable skills into what you're hoping to achieve in the future. But definitely one thing I would say is, if there are any professional qualifications that you need to take or can take, I suggest you do that. Currently, I am taking the ICSA, as you can see from my other videos that I have made. I've got friends who are doing ACCA, ACA, CMA, those are accounting courses. I've got a friend who's also taking up a beauty cosmetology course, because again, they did do law, but found that they have a passion for makeup, and that's what they want to go into. So I would suggest that you do pick up these qualifications. They don't come cheap, so I mean, one thing I can definitely advise is, if you're not getting that role that you want, do sign up for at least one exam, so it makes the employer look like, it makes you look to the employer that you want to actually do this, instead of just going in and, you know, you're not sure what you want to do. And sometimes some employers will take you on, will actually reimburse you what you spent on those exams. So it is worth it if you definitely know what you want to do and how you want to get there, and if these exams would actually benefit you in getting there. Unfortunately, education has no end, and you would find that when you come out of university that to stand out, you do have to have something extra. You have to bring something extra to the table. It could be a qualification, it could be qualification combined with skills. To be in my industry, those exams are becoming day in, day out extremely important. With job descriptions that go around, they always want somebody who is part qualified, working towards the qualification, has some sort of influence or link in the qualification, you know. So things like this might benefit you in actually securing that first role. And I just want to also encourage anybody who has come out of uni that if you are sitting at home, don't be disheartened, you know, keep faith and keep determined. It's not a walk in the park. As I said right in the beginning, you know, there are lots of people applying for that same role. Make sure that application is tailored. Build your commercial awareness. If there's some qualifications that you can take, do them, or make yourself appear like you want to do them, and you would definitely secure that role that you're looking for. It would not come with ease, and I would like to stress that. You would get some rejections, you would get some setback, but trust me, every setback is a comeback. So just take that in your stride and go with it. When you do attend these interviews and you don't get a role, do always ask for feedback. ask them where you could improve, because again, these criticisms actually help you. If it says in your feedback you didn't necessarily know what the industry was about, then you know that anytime you're going in for an interview, it's best for you to research into that industry. If it's the energy sector, oil sector, how is the oil industry? Is it currently going through sort of a recession, so to speak? Is it flourishing? You know, things that are asked these intellectual questions. Also, I would advise that you do watch my video on how to build your commercial awareness, because that's really, really important. I'll link it down below in the description bar, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.